Well, we are but 1 week removed from the Denver Nuggets bidding the Lakers adieu for a second consecutive season. This time, though, in the first round of the playoffs. And kind of a lot has already happened since then. For starters, this year, unlike last, when LeBron was sending some cryptic smoke signals out about it maybe being the end of his career following that playoff humiliation at the hands of Denver.
Just for me personally, going forward with the game of basketball, got a lot to think about.
This year, the only uncertainty surrounds his future with the Lakers.
I'm not going to answer that. Appreciate it.
Though his comments pertaining to that will likely end up being as anticlimactic as his ones about retirement were a year ago, as the Lakers have already fired head coach Darvin Ham for LeBron and are swirling around possibly hiring his latest Clutch Sports stable boy, JJ Redick. Meanwhile, LeBron is expected, per agent and BFF Rich Paul, to play in an additional 2 to 3 years, and the Lakers are just drooling over the prospects of giving him a full 3-year, $164 million extension. Oh, and of course, are also reportedly willing to draft Bronny to pair with LeBron, despite the fact he checked in as just the 8th leading scorer on a bad USC team in his freshman year of collegiate eligibility. Yeah, the writing is on the wall for a LeBron return, and it looks like he will be playing for as many as 24 NBA seasons now. And one of the closest LeBron confidants, world-renowned Bron jock sniffer extraordinaire Kendrick Perkins, just dropped this gem on ESPN airwaves.
The more LeBron James continue to play the game of basketball, the more it's going to hurt his legacy, and the more it's going to continue to hurt his GOAT argument.
And you know it's bad when this guy starts turning against the Clutch Sports Company line and biting the hand that feeds him. A guy who has been as blindly and delusionally loyal as any.
The greatest player of them all, King James, the G-O-A-T.
Luckily, Bron still has Shannon Sharpe to cover his back.
Were you expecting Michael Jordan to get to the Eastern Conference Finals when he was in Washington Park? Yes, it's a simple yes or no.
Of course there wasn't that level of expectation placed on Jordan, as Jordan's best supporting cast mate in his second and final season in Washington was Jerry Stackhouse, who in his 18 years in the NBA made 2 NBA All-Star appearances, 0 All-NBA team selections, and had a career average of 16.9 points per game, 3 assists, and 3.2 rebounds. Here's a little reminder for the ignorant stooge Shannon that Anthony Davis is a top 75 all-time player, sporting career averages of 24 points and 11 rebounds per game, is 4th all-time in career player efficiency rating, and is 16th in career win shares per 48 minutes, which is above players like Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, and Larry Bird. Davis has also been named to 4 All-NBA first-team selections, and to put that number in context, it is the same amount as Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, and Steph Curry. Of course the expectations are high for a player who himself will be making an All-NBA team this year, which will make the Lakers the only team in the NBA this season with 2 players selected to an All-NBA team. All of it to win 1 total playoff game. But Sharpe wasn't done humiliating himself.
If he could have had Ty Lue, or he could have had an Eric Spoelstra, do I believe LeBron James would have had more titles? Yes.
If he had a Ty Lue or an Eric Spoelstra, he had both of those guys and left each of them. Of course, he only left Spoelstra after he tried to get Pat Riley to fire Spoelstra, and that is according to Riley himself on the record for the Ian Thompson book, The Soul of Basketball. And who the hell would have ever thought Kendrick Perkins, of all people, would be starting to become the voice of reason at that festering turd network? But this is just how damn bad it's getting for LeBron James. And this is what happens when longevity works against you. If the Lakers extend him for 3 more seasons, and if LeBron plays out the full length of that contract, we are talking 24 years. And if the smoke clears and the dust settles, with him having just 3 legitimate titles and a preseason exhibition tournament disguised as an NBA championship in the Disney bubble in Orlando, Florida, at the end of a career that spanned a quarter of a century, with unprecedented health and durability, and, might I add, while playing with elite-level supporting casts for the vast majority of it, that would be the death knell on not only the GOAT conversations, but we would really have to start honing in on just what exactly the placement of LeBron James is compared to the other all-time greats that won what they won in time frames substantially less than James. While LeBron's durability and sustained level of play is undoubtedly the best we have seen, he also undeniably simply hasn't been remotely as dominant as many other players when it comes to their impact on winning championships. And at the end of the day, isn't that what should truly be the thing that defines a player?